Alright, YouTube. It's been a while since I made a video on my YouTube. Well, I know I made one a few days ago, but I'm back for this one. So today we're going to be going over your typical
This tunnel is a
day
major supply line for food,
on,
meds, and weapons from the outside world. But we've got a
on Division.
Requesting immediate support at the Lincoln Tunnel checkpoint. These assholes are storming
So after you go through the game and you max out with your level, you will get you'll start to get these challenges here. You got your daily and you got your weeklies, and well, so what you'll have to do is what you can do is go through these objectives here. So we're just gonna go through it a little bit. I'll just show you the levels today, and then maybe tomorrow or sometime, or next time I make a video, it'll be about doing survival, and I'm looking forward to that. So today we're just going to do the 2 levels that are set to hard, and we're also going to do a objective for the weekly, just so you can see what you'll have to do. Alright, so this week's I primarily focus on weekly because it just takes longer to get. So this week is eliminate 50 LMBs, collect 30 fabrics, and these fabrics you have to collect. When they mean by collecting, they mean you have to go here on the map and then kind of mark them out, and then you actually go and collect it. And then here's the eliminate 40 veteran enemies in the dark zone. And in case you don't know the dark zone, this is the dark zone, and the purple and the veteran, the purple brigade people, can be found in dark zone and DZ 1, 2, and 3. Seldom the rest. Right around 4, you'll start to get more high-end enemies instead of the veterans. So it's just easier just to kind of sweep DZ 1 through 3, and you'll get those veterans and you'll get those kills in no time. The best places also to do is to also make sure you hit the landmarks, and they tend to have about 5 to 10 veterans you can find, and there's tend to be a high end, but that's a boss, so they kind of have to be high end. So just keep that in mind when you are out hunting for them, and also look out for the rogues. Rogues nowadays, they tend to hang out in DZ 1 through 4, and then they kind of become a little bit scattered through DZ 5 and all the way to 7, and then you'll start to get them back again at around 8 and 9, but you won't get the big groups. You will get the solos at around 8 and 9 sometimes, but the rest, all the way up to DZ5 or so, or wherever I said, you will get those groups of 4 or 5s, and there are groups that are made up of nearly 10 people. I mean, I have seen 20 people in one group, and they've been rogue. It's like an army coming at you, and so that can happen. Okay, so we're going to do the missions. I like just to do the ones that are on hard by myself, depending on the mission. I can actually do a challenging, but I don't think it's actually a good challenging this week. Today, I just do the daily, the daily missions to work on the weekly amount. And you have to do 10 missions, and you have to be set on hard, hard and up. So you just keep that in mind. Okay, or else it won't count if they're set to normal or whatever. Normal is a little bit too easy. So we're going to move on. Exotic guns are cool to collect, but they're not that all good. I still use them though. The best one I would personally have to say is the Historian, of course. I think the Historian is probably the best exotic gun there is, and if you have its partner for the Liberator, The Liberator is pretty good if you have the partner, that is to say. I like to run in full sets, just because that's just the way I am. You know, I played Skyrim, so I always was the type just to run in a full set of armor, whether I get the effects or not. I mean, I know you get the effects at, you know, 4 pieces of armor, but it just, I just can't do it, you know. No, probably not yet. Maybe I will do it once I decide to, you know, really start hunting rogues. Okay, so I would do a survival session, but I think this will be a very long YouTube video if I do a survival session. But I will do one. I will stream again today. Like as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna go ahead and stream on Twitch. You can find me on Twitch at Stargazer718. I have on my file. You will see Remember Me. You'll see Nilin. That's my profile picture, and then in my cover picture is Beyond the chick from Beyond Two Souls. I can't remember her name right now, but that's my profile if you are interested in following me and keeping up with me, because I do stream more often on my Twitch, because I have a hard time getting viewers on my YouTube. So right now I'm using what's called the can, the power can, which is a submachine gun. It does not have a twin. It doesn't have a pair or anything that can go with it to make it better. I almost have all the exotic weapons available. I rely more on the exotic weapons than the actual gear. The gear isn't really good. I think there's like one that's worth it. That's pretty much worth your while. And that's a Varro's mask. What that does is that normally, yeah, your character when they're on fire, they can't shoot or anything like that, or do any other functions. So Varro's mask, if you can get a hold of it, actually negates that. Oh, and I'm sure you guys can tell by now that for anyone who's played Division,
Captain Benitez, this is Faye Lau. We are Division agents, and we have eliminated the threat to the perimeter.
Farther than
I'm patching you into our comms so you can direct support to where we're needed.
That's because I am currently using the Firecrest
Some of those
gear.
bastards made it through and they're planting explosives on the tunnel floodgates. They're trying to get out come hell or high water. If those bombs go off, you know which one we're gonna get.
So the Firecrest gear improves your skills. Pretty handy. I just use it for fun. It's not my primary loadout, I'll admit that. My primary loadout is Predator.
Listen, I'm sending one of my people down to take care of that bomb. Cover her ass.
Predator basically means is that as you're hitting people, you'll get them to bleed after a certain amount of hits. That's why I like it, because it's just helpful.
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
So normally you have two options. You can stay back there, or you can just go ahead and get up on them. Alright, probably easier to get up on them. Okay, so here's a high end. Even though I signed up to do hard, the hard difficulty typically means the Purple Brigade, or aka veterans, but you will get some high-end people thrown in the mix a little bit. And even when you go through it the first time, the boss tends to be a high-end. So just some things to look at as a warning. There you go. So guns do have have talents as well as the gear. Try to make a good balance between them, and make a loadout that's suitable for you. I know other people are suggesting a lot of this and a lot of that. Just go with what you're comfortable with. Like I said, this is not my primary loadout. Okay. I'll go ahead and switch weapons. Even though these guys are twins, they look the same, they're not the same. This one isn't confusing, it's accurate. Weapon stats on here are a little bit better than a lot of other shooting games I've seen, but they can still be rather off. I think the worst, though, game was where the weapon stats are a little off. It's probably Uncharted, because you'll be shooting a gun. You can be shooting a gun, it's meant for long range. It says it's meant for long range, right? But it's not doing anything at long range. So, but no, with this game, they're very specific on with their guns. You'd be very good at that. Okay, somehow there is a glitch, or no, it's not necessarily a glitch, but sometimes the guys will go through the back door, because there's actually a way through here that they can get through, but it looks like it's situated now. It's just a little glitch that happens once in a while. Mind you, this game does have a lot of glitches, and they do update it. I don't know if they stopped updating it or not, but I know that they were updating it for quite a time though.
Alright, I got this.
So I just collected a fabric. You know, sometimes the enemies, they will drop the things that, they will drop material and stuff, and I will go more in depth in that when I do survival. The next time I'm doing survival, I will stream on YouTube instead of Twitch. That way, I can have the video saved, and then everyone can view it.
Damn it, that was too close. They don't care who they kill to get what they want. Come on up, and I'll meet you in the
Survival
control
can be
center.
tough, but I have a route kind of picked out for myself, and I try to follow it. So let's focus on this now. So after you get through the game, you know, you can replay these missions just on a different difficulty, and you get better loot, really. You know, you don't have to do the dailies. You don't have to do the dailies. If you do the dailies, you just get the daily bonus out of it. But then there just comes to a point where you just really don't need that bonus. So and once I'm done with this, you'll see what I mean.
Jesus, what we got left?
There are a few ways you can do it. You can either stay down here, or you can go up here instead.
We got a hell of a fight ahead of us.
I just discovered this recently. You can come up here, and then and since I got the fire plant upgrade, I'll just go ahead and slide that down there. Alright. And then it, you know, like I said, the distance is pretty well enhanced with it, so because of my Firecrest gear, that's what it'll do. And we'll get some enemies over on this side.
Oh, look who it is.
Okay. Go down and see what we got. He's probably just hiding. These guys do a pretty good job hiding. When they spawn, they tend just to hide. Got this guy right here. There he is. You do not want to come across these guys when you're in survival. Just a heads up. Don't want to come across these guys in survival. Even if they're purple and you can take them, just try to avoid them until you get proper guns. Now I'll kind of talk about what's going on and going on in survival. Okay, so here's one thing that's definitely happening nowadays is that some skills and stuff are getting canceled out. I was just trying to show you guys what that it does actually do that. So you have to make sure you're clear on wherever you're at. You have to make sure you're clear, and then you can launch your skill. Because sometimes you can't just dump it right next to you because there's like the tiniest detail in your way. That's what happened there. That's what I was trying to show you guys. I'm glad I was able to pull it off and still come up from the top there.
Agent, your playmates have a sniper positioned ahead. Keep your eyes open.
Just like Destiny, there are no respawn zones. I know I haven't made a Destiny video about the tutorial as to how to track it, how to track the missions. I know people have a hard time tracking missions on there. That's why some people just give it up. I will be making a video soon. Tomorrow on Twitch though, I plan on streaming the beta for Destiny 2, so if anyone can make it, I'd greatly appreciate it. Wowee. Okay then. I don't know what Ubisoft was thinking when they put those bat people in. They're kind of a huge interference. I think it's kind of disagreeable. It's a shooter, not a, hit 'em up. I just think that was a little bit off. Mind you, these guys are tanks. They take everything. Sometimes, whatever you throw at them, they will take them. They will take everything and anything. They are just tanks. And you're very easy to, and you're very, very fragile. No matter what gear you're wearing, no matter what toughness or anything, you're just as fragile as you. I've kind of stopped trying to become like those unstoppable rogues. They pretty much eat bullets. Whatever you chuck at them. Well, I've been trying to kill them by myself. Yeah, I'm sure some guys watching this like, oh well, I got this loadout. It's like, it doesn't matter, dude. You're still extremely fragile. Everyone and anyone dies eventually. It's like, doesn't matter what material you got. There's the melee guys. I don't like the melee guys. That's a dumb idea. Seems like they were put in at last minute, I think. Sometimes when the developers put something at last minute, they tend to be very cheap because they didn't really think about it. again, I signed up for hard, but I'm still getting high end. You know, I've had 3 of those guys, you know. And these guys are hard to kill. They are challenging those. They are like challenging, seriously. But they still throw them in just for the fun of it. I mean, I add a little challenge to it, but you don't have to have them at every corner. I understand having a boss as a high end, but you don't have to have the whole deal where everyone has to be a high end. Alright, so that's the weekly bonus, in case you saw it.
Agent, my people
You
say
get
the
some
threat has
Phoenix
been
points, you
eliminated.
get what's called Phoenix points,
thank you, my
and
guys,
you
thank you, and the
get
people of New York fucking thank you. I'm on my way back to
just
the base with an
there's a
escort.
lot of
Let's
money
talk when you
too.
get there.
Good job, Agent. If they'd blown those floodgates, we would have lost a major supply line. Now Benitez can get back to the security
Alright,
wing.
General
See you back here.
Assembly. Okay, I don't like that level. I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna just do the first level on hard, and I tend to do 2 to 3 missions a day to get this whole weekly done. So I'll have to do 3 today because I have to kill LMB soldiers. So I think I remember where I can find a whole good bunch of them. This is actually a rioter mission, I forgot, but it's okay, I'm just doing it to do it.
We've got a lot of hostiles inside, Agent. They're holding Dr. Candle and her staff. We need those personnel back at the base so we can get the medical wing functional.
And also what I could do, if I get lucky, I can actually find LMB in the dark zone. Which would be, that would be good.
Get your ass out of here!
You're gonna die a lot in this game, mind you. The problem with this game though is that it gets rather boring. But the reason it gets boring to some people is that they're not doing weeklies. All they're doing is just go into the dark zone and they call it good. You know, they think, oh, that's it. You know.
Patched in. Let's see what I can find. Can you see the CCTV feed? Looks like Candle and her staff are being forced to treat their wounded. That's the only reason they're still alive. It looks like they've got people upstairs, in a restaurant. There's a lot of these guys, but if you use cover, you should be able to pick them off without making yourself a target.
It's gonna be different. I'm gonna try to do a different gameplay. Normally I just get on top there and I just start doing it for them, but I'm gonna be a little adventurous here. Boy, these guys have a good arm. The reason I'm practicing killing rioters, or I'm killing rioters, is I'm just trying to practice, because survival, man, those guys, they're everywhere. You know, you can just be walking and you just get ambushed by a guy with a bat all of a sudden. You know, they get out. So you gotta be careful with them. They're like, they're not the worst enemy you can come across in survival, but they are a pain. They really are. The worst enemies you guys can come across in survival are definitely the LMB. You know, those guys, they're military trained and all that other stuff, so Yeah, I don't know if you'll notice that, you know, certain NPCs, they have a certain grade of difficulty, and you might notice that the LMG, they're a little bit more coordinated to flank you. Whereas Riders or, I think it's Riders and Rikers, they tend to come in, they just have big numbers. So each NPC kind of has their specialities. Up here, the high-end people. Even though I signed up for hard, and you can't really have. And see, with the high end, they always go in the back. They will go as far back as they want. They'll get as far behind you as they can.
Candle and her staff are still upstairs, stashed in the kitchen at Kobe's. Word is that they've really trashed the place. It would have broken my dad's heart to see it go to hell like this. We used to watch games there together.
So, whenever you sign up for a difficulty, don't expect that difficulty. They're gonna get a little harder.
I think it's better my folks didn't live to see any of this. But then I think about all the people doing their best to keep going. That's who we do this for, Agent. Let's go get them.
It's just the way the world's going right now. The world of gaming is going right now.
New agent has joined your team.
Oh, well, I'll have to cut it off here.
To get to Kobe's, you'll have to pass by some contaminated
drop
areas.
that subscription.
There used to be plenty of sick people being treated there before they got shot.